Right now on Morning News Now, well wishes. Pope Francis remains in the hospital in critical condition as he continues to deal with double pneumonia and kidney issues. Catholics from around the world are praying for the pontiff this morning. We'll get an update on the Pope's condition from Rome. Ultimatum. Elon Musk warns federal workers to respond to an email summarizing the work they completed last week or resign. But not every department is on board. This as the Trump administration is eliminating 2,000 jobs at the U.S. Agency for International Development. Meanwhile, President Trump has fired the nation's highest-ranking military officer. More on the shakeups from Washington ahead. Giving up peace, power for peace. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he's willing to step down in exchange for membership to NATO or peace in Ukraine. The offer is a concession amid Zelensky's dispute with President Trump. The latest ahead as Ukraine's conflict with Russia has surpassed the 3-year mark. And out of this world, a group of astronomers have discovered a ring of light that resembles a halo around a distant galaxy. We'll tell you why scientists say this rare phenomenon is groundbreaking. We love a space story.
Like an angel,
yeah,
far off
beautiful.
in outer space. Good morning, good to have you with us. I'm Joe Fyre.
And I'm Savannah Sellers. Thanks for starting your week with us. We are going to start this hour in Rome, where Pope Francis remains in critical condition after his 10th night in the hospital. Vatican officials said in a statement that the 88-year-old Catholic leader had a restful night after he underwent another round of clinical tests yesterday. He's currently being treated for double pneumonia and mild kidney failure.
On Saturday, Pope Francis suffered a respiratory crisis. It required a blood transfusion and oxygen therapy. But the Vatican said on Sunday he, quote, presented no further respiratory crisis and that he remained alert. The pontiff even participated in Holy Mass yesterday morning. He also expressed his gratitude in a post on X, thanking people for all the love, prayers, and support that he has received from around the world. NBC News international correspondent Claudio Lavanga is at the Vatican with the latest. Claudio, good morning. So the Vatican said the Pope had a tranquil night after his round of clinical tests yesterday. What else do we know about those tests and just how he's doing right now?
Joe, Savannah, good morning. Well, that's right. The Vatican in the morning only sends out really a one-liner, usually saying what he said this morning. He had a peaceful night. He had breakfast. The real update comes later in the day when the doctors get the results of the tests that the Pope undergoes during the day. So the last one we got was from last night, as you mentioned. It was a bit of a mix of good and bad news. The bad news is that the Pope, they said, continues to be in critical condition. The good news was that he did not have any further respiratory crisis like the one he had on Saturday. At the same time, they said the blood transfusion he also had on Saturday helped to increase the levels, the hemoglobin levels, so that's under control also. The bad news also is that the latest blood tests revealed an initial slight, this is what they call it, kidney insufficiency, but even that appears to be under control, at least as for last night. As you mentioned, the Pope continues to be alert, and we, of course, look forward to get an update on his condition later today. Back to you, Joe, Savannah.
Claudio, given these different diagnoses here, the double pneumonia, the kidney issues, what exactly is it that have doctors concerned the most?
Well, Savannah, the doctors at the hospital held a long press conference on Friday, and they said that the worst that can happen in this situation is that those germs that are causing that bilateral pneumonia and also polymicrobial infection of the respiratory tract, that means that there are 2 or more germs affecting or causing this inflammation. The risk is that that spreads into the blood, and if it does that, then it will affect and infect other organs, and that could be really bad for Pope Francis. But for now, they said that is not the case, but that is the worst case scenario, Savannah.
So, Claudio, Pope Francis obviously getting an outpouring of support there in person, not just online. Many people posting supportive messages right outside the Vatican. How are people there just reacting to all this?
Well, Joe, this is the Jubilee year, so the Vatican is a lot busier than it usually is. We can actually see it with our own eyes. There's a lot of pilgrims here almost every day, especially during the weekend, and we see a lot of people praying for the Pope. We also see a lot of people who organize rosaries and prayers around Rome and around the world to wish well to Pope Francis. And tonight at 9 p.m., which is 3 p.m. Eastern Time, right behind me in St. Peter's Square, the cardinals announced that we'll gather to recite a rosary for Pope Francis, and that will be presided by the Vatican Secretary of State, Pietro Parolin. And by the look of their statement, it sounds like they're going to do that every single night while the Pope is in hospital. Joe, Savannah?
All right. Claudio, thank you so much.
Let's turn now to Washington, where in a few hours, French President Emmanuel Macron will become the first European leader to visit President Trump at the White House. Their meeting comes as Trump is set to join members of the G7 nations for a virtual summit marking the third anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, European leaders are hoping to reestablish their role in negotiations to end that war after being cut out of talks between the U.S. and Russia.
Tensions between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky escalated over the last week after Mr. Trump suggested Ukraine was responsible for the start of the war. The White House is also pressuring Ukraine to accept a deal to hand over 50% ownership of the country's rare earth minerals to the U.S. in exchange for aid and security guarantees that are pretty vague.
NBC News White House correspondent Aaron Gilchrist joins us with the latest on this. Aaron, good morning. So President Trump is actually also set to meet with the UK Prime Minister. That's later this week. This is the first opportunity for these leaders to try to make a direct appeal to President Trump following some of this tough rhetoric from his administration toward NATO allies. What can we expect?
Yeah, I mean, there's a potential for this to be a bit of a tense meeting that we'll see today with the French President Emmanuel Macron starting in the next hour or so. We expect that G7 call to happen with the president in the Oval Office. His schedule seems to suggest that Macron may be with him for that meeting, and then an official bilateral meeting between these two men starting around noon today that would lead to a news conference this afternoon. And then, of course, you noted the UK Prime Minister Starmer coming to the White House on Thursday. This is all following European leaders getting together last week to talk about their concerns as it relates to the war between Russia and Ukraine. We've seen President Trump over the last several days in particular sort of ramp up some of his criticism of President Zelensky of Ukraine. At the same time, we know that his team has met with a delegation from Russia. They met in Saudi Arabia, and President Trump himself has spoken with the Russian president and has talked about wanting to see the end of the war in Ukraine, and that there may be some concessions that need to be made from the Ukrainians in terms of how they interact with the Russians, and also in terms of what they give to the United States for the support that they've seen from the U.S. over the last 3 years. There was criticism that the Europeans were not engaged enough. We know the French president over these many years has been a real leader among Europeans in supporting Ukraine. At the same time, the president's national security advisor said last week that the Europeans need to come to the table with more if they want a bigger seat at the table in terms of these negotiations to bring this war to an end. There have been security guarantees from different European countries, Joe and Savannah, and it seems the Trump administration wants to see more from the Europeans, again, as the president works to really bring this war to a close. It seems, at this point at least, primarily through the Russians.
Aaron, let's switch gears here and talk about the Trump administration's effort to gut the federal workforce this morning. Major shakeup at the U.S. Agency for International Development, known as USAID. A federal judge issued a ruling Friday. It allows the administration to move forward with its plan to basically dismantle the agency. So where do things stand with this wave of cuts?
Yeah, we've heard the president, we've heard Elon Musk say that this is an agency that has not been effective. There have been accusations about corruption. Perhaps the least sort of damning accusation has been that it's been wasteful in the way that it's operated in terms of supporting humanitarian needs and development in countries around the world. More than 100 countries around the world USAID has been working in. And so we got the Associated Press got its hands on a memo that went out yesterday that effectively said that there would be about 2,000 workers, regular employees, not contractors, who would be fired from the agency, and that others would be placed on administrative leave. We know that there had already been a round of firings at USAID of those contractors, and this really does slow down or stop a lot of the work that this organization has been doing around the world. Our understanding is that people who've been stationed in other countries will be recalled to the U.S., given a window of time to return here at the government's expense before this agency is significantly pared back, Joe and Savannah. There's some question about whether it would be totally shut down. We know that Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, who is the acting director of USAID, has said that he doesn't want to see the agency completely go away, but he doesn't feel as though it's been managed very well. And so you're going to see a lot of the staff shrink and really come under the control, at least for the short term, under the Secretary of State, guys.
Aaron, quickly also tell us about some of these big leadership changes at the military and the FBI over the weekend. What have we learned? Who are the new faces?
Well, let's start with the military. We saw that the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General C.Q. Brown, was fired effectively on Friday in a phone call, our understanding, that was made to him as he was traveling in his official capacity. He received a call saying that he was out as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and that President Trump would be nominating Air Force Lieutenant General John Kane to replace him as chairman of the Joint Chiefs. This is typically a position that would see a 4-year term. I think the General Brown was appointed back in 2023. So for him to be replaced at this point is a bit unusual. Quickly, I'll mention that the FBI, Kash Patel, the new director, is now in that job. A deputy director has been named for him. Dan Bongino, who people may know from his role as a commentator on Fox News. He's also a former law enforcement officer, Secret Service agent as well. The concern that some have voiced, though, is that he's not a career person at the FBI. Typically, Joe and Savannah, the deputy director is someone who is managing the day-to-day operations of the agency and is someone that's come up through the ranks to some degree. Not the case here, and so that's raising some concern, although Republicans have been obviously behind this choice that the president has made, and it's not a Senate-confirmed position.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much.
Tonight is the deadline for many U.S. government employees to answer an emailed ultimatum from Elon Musk. He told federal workers to list their accomplishments over the previous week or resign. But as NBC News White House correspondent Michelle Sindor reports, not all agencies plan to comply, adding to the upheaval.
The clock is ticking on 2.3 million federal workers. Most have until Monday at 11:59 p.m. to respond to an email pushed by Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency titled, "What did you do last week?" 3 sources tell NBC News employees started receiving the email Saturday, asking them to send 5 bullet points of what they accomplished last week. Americans sounding off at town halls across the country, including at this Q&A for Texas Republican Congressman Pete Sessions.
When are you going to wrest control as the Congress back from the executive and stop hurting your constituents?
And online.
This gets weirder by the day.
We're living in a timeline where our democracy is being dismantled.
At this point, I am the most pessimistic I've ever been in my life.
Signs of both mixed messaging from government agencies and a possible power struggle between some Trump officials and Elon Musk, with some agencies telling their workers not to respond. Emails obtained by NBC News show the FBI director telling workers to pause any responses. The State Department saying no employee is obligated to report their activities outside of their department chain of command. But the Department of Health and Human Services is telling workers the email is legitimate and to respond by the deadline. Musk saying on his social media platform X that failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. That after defending his actions at the conservative conference, CPAC.
Waste is pretty much everywhere. So it's like you're going to close your eyes and go shoot in any direction. You can't miss.
This weekend, President Trump also praising Musk and Doge.
We're removing all of the unnecessary, incompetent, and corrupt bureaucrats from the federal workforce.
We're learning about 1,600 USAID employees working in the United States will be fired, and globally, nearly all of the agency's employees will be put on leave. Back to you.
Michelle Sindor, thank you.
Well, as we hear about the thousands of federal workers who are being laid off, it can be easy to forget that behind those big numbers are real people, many of whom were involved in critical projects that are now in jeopardy. Reporter Spencer Soysher from our Denver affiliate introduces us to one scientist who was working on eradicating Lyme disease when he was fired without warning.
This is my performance review, or the front of it. Seems decent for being new.
Welcome to Joe Cardiello's new office.
I was let go the next day on a Saturday with a letter that was dated from the day before.
His new job, applying for a new job in his kitchen.
Within any specific town, there's only so many positions that really fit these specific skills.
Until last weekend, Joe was a research biologist with the CDC in Fort Collins, part of a team of 7 researchers.
We were working on a detection method and improving detection methods.
A letter from the federal government says he was fired for performance reasons. Not really, though. He was let go because he'd only been there 6 months. A probationary worker caught up in the slashing of the government workforce. A one-size-fits-all approach to firing people. One, Joe says, involved none of his supervisors.
The leadership had hoped to be consulted with a lot of this because, there is no plan for who takes over when, 2 of my ex-colleagues retire within the next 2 years. They need to be training someone for years to get the right experience.
Lyme disease is the most common animal bite spread disease in the country. It usually spreads from a tick bite. It can cause significant pain for long periods of time.
It can be horrifying if you don't catch it and treat it. In some cases, there are projects that have been ongoing that have costed a lot of money that are needing to be scrapped and will need to be restarted.
Joe may be unemployed, working in his kitchen, but he'll find a new job. And in the name of efficiency, important work that's been invested in may go to waste.
Projects will be dropped. Treatments or detection methods will be lost. Decades of work can sometimes get lost in a freezer if you're not careful.
Our thanks to Spencer Swisher for that report.
For the first time, we're hearing from witnesses about the terrifying moments inside a Pennsylvania hospital. That's where a gunman took hostages, then opened fire on police. NBC News correspondent Maya Eaglin spoke with the mother of the officer who was killed in the attack, an officer who is now being remembered as a hero.
Hey there. Yeah, the memorial behind me continuing to grow all day as the community remembers Officer Andrew Duarte, who was killed Saturday. I had the chance to speak with both some community members and his mother. Take a look. York, Pennsylvania is a community in mourning. Visitors offering flowers and prayers after the death of Officer Andrew Duarte, shot and killed responding to a gunman at UPMC Memorial Hospital. His mom, Nancy, remembering his bravery, telling us Andrew just celebrated his 30th birthday.
Andrew's my only child, and he's an amazing young man.
The shooting unfolded when authorities say Diogenes Archangel Ortiz showed up at the hospital and went right to the ICU carrying a bag with a semi-automatic handgun and zip ties. There, he held a doctor, nurse, and custodian hostage.
This did appear to be targeted at the ICU. Ortiz did appear to have contact previously in the week with the ICU for a medical purpose involving another individual.
Police killed the gunman. Officer Duarte is being remembered as a hero. Nurse Taylor Pickeno honoring him online, writing, "Thank you so much for taking your life to save mine and many other of my coworkers during the shooting."
More cops. Look at this. More cops.
Betsy Small took this video from her mom Darlene's hospital room when police rushed to the scene.
I was locked in the bathroom because I wasn't sure, was there somebody, loose in the building?
And with so many unanswered questions about why the gunman came here, now only memories remain.
How does it feel to see this outpouring of support and honoring your son?
It's been amazing. I'm not surprised that he answered the call. I'm not surprised he was one of the ones in on the front. He was a mighty warrior.
We know that at least 5 other people were also injured in this tragedy. Some of them were medical staff, others were police officers. All of them right now are in stable condition, according to officials. Back to you.
All right, Maya Eaglin, thank you.
Well, this morning, jury selection is set to begin in the trial of the man charged with killing 7 people and injuring dozens of others during a mass shooting at a 4th of July parade outside Chicago back in 2022. Robert Crimo III is accused of opening fire from a rooftop on the crowds gathered for the parade in Highland Park, Illinois. Crimo is pleading not guilty to more than 100 charges, including 21 counts of first-degree murder. That is 3 for each victim. If convicted, he faces a maximum sentence of life in prison.
In New Jersey, police are on the hunt for suspects who allegedly followed and robbed a player for the New York Jets at gunpoint over the weekend. The incident is now widening concerns about the safety and security of professional athletes off the field after that string of high-profile home burglaries. NBC News correspondent Priya Shrithar has more.
We're learning of yet another in a series of robberies of high-profile athletes. This time, police say 2 victims were stalked by 3 men from Manhattan to New Jersey and robbed at gunpoint in broad daylight. Neighbors say one of the victims plays for the New York Jets. The suspects still on the run.
You have high-profile people that get targeted as they go out in the city and otherwise. So it's yes, it's definitely disconcerting.
This comes as police in Wisconsin released video they say shows robbers breaking into the home of Milwaukee Bucks forward Bobby Portis Jr. last year, stealing $1 million championship ring, a Rolex, and other jewels. Here you see them leaving the house with what looks like a large safe. Last week, federal prosecutors announcing charges against 7 Chilean nationals who they say are behind that robbery and at least 5 others last year, including at the homes of Kansas City Chiefs stars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Bengals QB Joe Burrow. This police body cam video showing 4 of the suspects arrested last month, authorities say, with a car full of Burrow's belongings. Rob D'Amico is a retired FBI agent.
Their schedules are so public and they're clearly not home at certain times.
Your schedule's out. Like, they know where you're going to be. They know, again, that those people have high net worth items that are easy to fence.
Authorities working to stem the tide of crime as these thefts targeting pro athletes become all too common. Priya Sridhar, NBC News.
Now let's get to your morning news now. Weather, millions are under flood alerts, but on a lighter note, most of the country's also getting a little taste of spring this week.
A welcome taste of spring. Meteorologist Michelle Grossman has it all. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning, guys, and so well-deserved. We're going to shed those layers. Most of us seeing well above average temperatures this week, even 10, 20, 30 degrees above what is typical for this time of year. We're going to break records. It's been so cold this winter, so much deserved. We're looking at record warmth today in the southwest and really most of the country, nice in terms of temperatures. We're staying active in the northwest, also the upper Rockies, the northern Rockies, because we're looking at some rain, also some mountain snow. Winds will gust 50, 60 miles per hour. That's going to extend into the northern plains. You're going to need the umbrellas, too, in Florida because we are looking at heavy rain. A front is kind of lingering over the state there, and it's going to linger into tomorrow morning. So we're going to see the chance for localized flooding there today. By Wednesday, nice and quiet still. Really, the headline will be the record highs in the southwest. Warm throughout most of the country. We're looking at mild southeast as well. Temperatures in the 70s, near 80 degrees in some spots, into the 50s in the mid-Atlantic, and even in New England, we're going to be into the 40s. So a little above average for this time of year. Friday, same story. It's going to feel like spring in parts of the west, into the southeast as well. The south central states, temperatures in the 70s. We're looking at some snow, though, in the upper Midwest and the UP of Michigan. So let's talk about those temperatures well above average. That jet stream is lifting to the north. It's letting that warm air in. And we're looking at temperatures in the 80s in Phoenix, 85 degrees. That's 13 degrees above what is typical for this time of year. But they're not alone. We're looking at temperatures into the 70s in Amarillo, Dallas, 71, 7 degrees above average, and even warm into the Ohio Valley, Columbus, 50 degrees, 64 in St. Louis. And that's going to stay in place as we go throughout tomorrow as well. Look at this. Lots of red and orange and yellow on the map indicating that warm air in place. That is good news if you like that warm weather. Temperatures into the 70s in Dodge City, in Dallas, 11 degrees above normal. You're going to hit a high of 75 degrees. New York City, 10 degrees above normal tomorrow, 54. And we're going to keep that mild air in place throughout the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, look at New York City. Temperatures in the 50s, near 60 degrees on Thursday. Talking about that rain in Florida, we're going to see some heavy rain in spots. So you need the umbrellas for sure. You need to look out for that localized flooding with that front kind of lingering. That will be today, and then we're going to see it move out tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, your commute's probably going to be a little messy as well before we see that rain kind of moving out later on in the afternoon as that low pulls away. This is what it looks like right now. You're seeing the heavy rain falling in Florida, those darker colors, the reds, the oranges, the yellows, showing us where that heavy rain is falling. And it's falling in quite a few places, from the northern parts of Florida to the southern parts. And guys, we're looking at that rain falling in the northwest as well. That's going to be throughout the day today. Back to you.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much. Much more to come here on Morning News Now. Later this hour, a rare discovery in a galaxy far, far away. Why this newly found ring of light that looks like a halo is getting astronomers excited.
But first, when we come back, it's now been 3 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. The latest show of support from leaders around the world as the conflict enters an uncertain new phase. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Today marks 3 years since Russia invaded Ukraine, triggering a war that is showing no signs of slowing down. That's despite recent efforts by the Trump administration to engage with Russia over a peace deal. This morning, several world leaders are in Kyiv in show of support of Ukraine, but the U.S. not among them. NBC News chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel joins us now from northeastern Ukraine with the latest. Richard, good morning.
Good morning. I can say there's a lot of nervousness here in Ukraine. There are some hard feelings that are growing out in frontline positions like this one. Ukrainian soldiers say that after 3 years of American support, President Trump is now changing the rules of the game and demanding an exorbitant amount of money for Ukraine and not providing any concrete guarantees that Ukraine will be protected from Russia.
3 years ago this morning, Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered his troops to invade Ukraine. And he isn't letting up, launching nearly 200 drones overnight. But now pressure is coming from President Trump, too. Trump is demanding Ukraine accept a deal in which income from its natural resources would be diverted into a huge American-controlled fund.
I want them to give us something for all of the money that we put up. So we're asking for rare earth and oil, anything we can get.
Zelensky said Trump's price, $500 billion, 4 times the value of aid committed by the United States so far, is too high and comes without American security guarantees to protect Ukraine from a future Russian attack. I'm not signing something that 10 generations of Ukrainians will be paying off, he said. It feels like strong-arm tactics to many Ukrainians who were deeply offended when President Trump blamed them for launching the war instead of criticizing Russia, whose troops have been accused of mass rape and other war crimes. Olena Avilova lost her son Andriy to a Russian mortar attack. She opened a coffee shop in Kharkiv to honor him and others who died in his unit. This place is an extension of his life, she says.
What do you think should happen now, after 3 years of war?
We dream that the war ends, she says. Our children died, not because we're bad people, but because our neighbor wants our territory. Ukrainians don't agree with President Trump that Putin now wants peace.
Throughout the war, Ukrainians have shown their resolve and ability to adapt. This is the old opera house in the city of Kharkiv, but they're not using the main hall upstairs anymore. It's too dangerous, too vulnerable to ongoing Russian attacks. Instead, they've gone down into the bomb shelter. This was just an empty room. But they put in a stage, and it's packed every night.
Even with American support now in question, Ukrainians aren't giving up.
As the United States appears to be pulling back, Europe is looking for an alternative solution. And today, about 30 European leaders are meeting either in Kyiv or joining online to show the Ukrainian government it is not alone.
All right, Richard, thanks so much for that report. Appreciate it. Over in the Middle East, Israel sent tanks into the occupied West Bank for the first time in decades on Sunday. That's intensifying its months-long military offensive in the Palestinian territory. Israel's defense minister says 40,000 Palestinians have been expelled from 3 refugee camps in the West Bank and won't be allowed to return. Israel says it's targeting militants. The UN says 51 Palestinians, including 7 children, have been killed since Israeli forces began their attacks a month ago. The deadly escalation in the West Bank comes after Hamas released 6 more Israeli hostages in Gaza on Saturday. But the ceasefire has been thrown into doubt after Israel suspended the release of 620 Palestinian detainees who were also supposed to be freed. NBC News international correspondent Matt Bradley joins us now from Tel Aviv. Matt, good morning. So this was the last release of living hostages in the first phase of the Gaza ceasefire. Why did Israel suspend the release of these 620 Palestinians? And where does this leave talks now for the second phase of the deal?
Well, as with anything here, Joe, it depends on who you ask. I mean, if you're a fierce opponent of Benjamin Netanyahu, and many here in Tel Aviv very much are, they're on the left of the spectrum, they would say that he's doing it because he's trying to scuttle this peace deal, and that he's doing it because the pressure from the right-wing elements, including himself, within his own cabinet, means that he's trying to do his very best to try to stop the peace deal from going on. Now, the prime minister himself and his allies have said that the reason why they're doing this is because of their repeated protests, repeated dissatisfaction with the way in which Hamas has been releasing these hostages. We've seen public displays where these people the hostages are brought up on sound stages that are emblazoned with all of these anti-Israel sentiments. At one point last week, there were 2 hostages who weren't part of the release, who were made to watch the release of their fellow hostages, and they were taking video of that as they emotionally watched people being released other than themselves, and Hamas used that for propaganda purposes. So that was one of the things that has been a real point of outrage for Benjamin Netanyahu and his cabinet. There was also the fact that one of the dead bodies that was released last week was actually falsely identified. Turned out to not be the mother of 2 children who were also killed that Hamas had claimed it was. Now, Hamas then went back and found the proper body. But this has all been causing a lot of friction and has really shook a peace treaty that wasn't really on sound foundations to begin with. And one of the big things that we're talking about here isn't just the last bits of this first phase of the treaty. What is happening now is actually questions about whether or not this treaty is going to be moving ahead to another stage, the second phase, which would see a more permanent peace. Joe?
All right. Matt Bradley. Matt, thank you so much. An American Airlines flight traveling from New York City to New Delhi, India, was diverted to Rome on Sunday because of a possible security concern. This video shows Italian fighter jets actually escorting the aircraft to Rome's airport, where it did land safely. Officials say a bomb threat was received by email, but was deemed to be unfounded. The plane was met by law enforcement when it arrived in Rome, where it was inspected and cleared. The flight expected to depart Rome today after staying overnight in Italy, so the crew could get some rest. Coming up, more fallout from President Trump's executive order that declares only 2 genders be recognized in the U.S. How one of the stars of the hit show Euphoria is using her star power to raise awareness. We're watching Morning News now. Welcome back. This morning, there's new backlash against the changes to gender markers on passports. On Inauguration Day, President Trump signed an executive order declaring only 2 genders, male and female, will be recognized on official documents in the U.S. Well, now one of the stars of the hit Max show Euphoria is taking a stand. Transgender actress Hunter Schafer says she was issued a passport with a male gender marker. NBC's Camila Bernal has the details.
Hunter! One of Hollywood's brightest young stars, transgender actress Hunter Schafer, now taking her star power.
I told Fabricia at work that she needed to bleach her white curtains.
To TikTok.
Today, I saw it on my new passport. Male.
That change in line with a sweeping executive order President Trump signed on his first day in office.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
Something that now has to be reflected on official documents like passports.
This is real, and it's happening.
Omar Gonzalez-Pagan, an attorney at Lambda Legal, says the order is harmful. What happens when your passport changes?
It exposes them to not just outing as a transgender person, but it leaves them without that option as an accurate identification of who they are.
Schafer says she first changed her gender markers in her teens. Now she's using her platform to let others know this policy doesn't change who she is.
Trans people are beautiful. We are never going to stop existing. I'm never going to stop being trans.
Camila Bernal, NBC News.
Now we want to bring you an update on a story we brought you last week. An Arizona police officer and firefighter were in the right place at the right time after a horrific car crash. They saved a woman's life. Well, this morning, we're sharing the tearful reunion between that woman and those 2 brave first responders. Now, dashcam video shows the terrifying moment when Amy Ruiz's vehicle was rear-ended by a cement truck last week. It immediately caught fire. NBC's Morgan Chesky has more on the rescue and the reunion.
Here, get out of the way, get out of the way. One Arizona police officer in the right place at the right time. Officer Brian Larison on his way to work when he witnessed this cement mixer slamming into a pickup truck where Amy Ruiz, a mother of 3, was sent spinning into traffic as smoke began to pour throughout her mangled vehicle. Officer Larison rolling up on the fiery crash barely 30 seconds later.
911 emergency.
Hi, there was just an accident on the 60th.
I'm not going to let her burn up. I know. I was like, I hit it 3 times. I was like, it seemed like it took forever to try to get this window to break. And my thought was, she's not dying.
Ruiz, who had been trying to escape through her window, was thrown back inside as the truck flipped right side up, her own hair even catching fire.
I just started thinking about my kids and my husband and like how they're gonna live without me. How are they gonna live without me if I burn in this truck right now?
And as if on cue,
get her out of there!
I looked out of the corner of my eye and there's this off-duty fireman and he's got all his fire retardant gear on. And I'm like, what?
Get her out. Anybody else in there?
Firefighter Asa Pagua also on his way to work, arriving just in time.
We got you. We got you.
Despite having never met, the first responders understood the assignment and worked in sync, pulling off the high-stakes rescue as if they were longtime partners.
You good, man? Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm glad you're here, brother. Bro, I was just going to walk right here. I just remember just holding on to the officer so tight. So tight when he was telling me that he had me and that he's got me. It just was so comforting. Like, I knew right then and there, like, I was saved. And just watching my truck burn there, like, that could have been me.
I just held her. And I just told her I had her.
Oh, I'm shaking.
Those 3 words, I got you, echoing in Ruiz's mind since Tuesday. And again, as she reunited with both Larison and Pagua, holding on to them tight once again.
We got you.
Getting the chance to thank them one more time for saving her life.
I thought my life was over.
And keeping her family whole.
There's no way I'm ever going to be repaying it, of course, but...
This is repayment enough.
Yeah,
this is it. Plenty.
Morgan Chesky, NBC News.
We got you. All right, coming up, we're taking a closer look at the federal minimum wage. It's remained the same for more than a decade, even though some states do set higher wages for workers. Well, up next, we're going to take a closer look at how many workers are still earning $7.25 an hour and if that could change for them. Stay with us. Welcome back. The current federal minimum wage has remained unchanged for the past 15 years, and it's looking like the Trump administration will keep it right where it is, $7.25 an hour. Now, to keep up with inflation, more states across the country are implementing their own minimums that are higher than the federal one. But what does that mean for the workers in some places who are stuck at $7.25? NBC News senior business correspondent Christine Romans breaks it all down for us.
Right now, the federal minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour. It's been that way since July 24th, 2009, when the 6th Harry Potter movie dominated theaters and the Black Eyed Peas topped the charts. But that's devalued over time. To keep up with inflation, the $7.25 people were making in July 2009 would need to be more like $10.70 today. The Trump administration not signaling any plans to boost wages for low-income workers. The president tiptoed around any commitments to raise the federal minimum wage to our Kristen Welker.
I will agree. It's a very low number. There is a level at which you could do it. Absolutely. Yeah.
What is that level?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know.
His Treasury Secretary pick, Scott Bessent, far more clear when pressed in his confirmation hearings.
So you don't think we should change the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour?
No, sir.
Okay.
For individuals making the $7.25 an hour, working a full-time job across a whole year, that adds up to just $20 more than the federal poverty guidelines. But how many people are making that amount these days? The thing is, fewer and fewer states actually use the federal minimum wage. As of January 1st, 20 states do, according to the Department of Labor, 19 of which voted for the president. The other 30 have higher wages, topping out at more than $16 in Washington state and California, 2 of the states with the highest cost of living. Those moves often driven by voters. Just last year, Alaska and Missouri backing ballot measures to raise theirs. Other states tying their minimum wage to inflation, which one left-leaning nonprofit says could put $420 more annually in a worker's pocket. And even in those states still stuck on the federal minimum wage, few workers actually make it. For example, Pennsylvania's minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, but in the state's biggest city, Philadelphia, it's up to $16.35. And according to the Bureau Bureau of Labor Statistics, of the 80 million plus workers paid by the hour in the U.S., just 81,000 make $7.25 an hour. Now, almost 800,000 earned less hourly because their jobs rely on overtime or tips. And that's the president's focus, targeting tax cuts to comfort your cash.
I also intend to keep my promises, starting with no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime.
The president endorsing a new budget by House Republicans pushing $4.5 trillion in tax cuts, offset by unclear spending cuts. But according to an NBC News analysis, that House proposal may not leave room for the no tax on tips plan due to its cost, estimated to be between $100 to $550 billion over 10 years. All of it begging the question, will low-wage workers be a priority? Christine Romans, NBC News.
More money news now. Hundreds of EV chargers at government buildings may soon be running out of juice. CNBC's Savannah Henao has that and some other money news. Savannah, good morning.
Hey, Joe, good morning to you. Yeah, the General Services Administration, which manages buildings owned by the federal government, is planning to shut down its electric vehicle chargers nationwide, calling them not mission critical. And the GSA, which also manages contracts for government vehicles, is looking to offload EVs that were recently purchased. The agency currently has several hundred chargers with about 8,000 plugs for government cars and federal workers' personal vehicles. The Verge reports official guidance will come this week. Meanwhile, AT&T is rolling out a new payment option that lets you split your bill with other people on your plan, so no one has to pay the entire amount. Split pay is available for select postpaid wireless plans, and you can still get discounts for having multiple lines. Now, AT&T says the account holder is responsible for the bill, and late payments can still result in extra fees or suspended service. The company will text each payer a link and what they owe each billing cycle. And roughly 2/3 of Americans who grew up with a strong financial education have successfully negotiated raises during their careers. A new Bankrate survey finds they were more than 1.5 times more likely to succeed in getting a raise versus those without early exposure to financial education. Now, that's defined by several experiences, including working a paying job, earning an allowance for doing chores, managing a bank account, and talking to their parents about money, Joe. So important.
I like that, the allowance. If you negotiated that as a kid.
Right? You can negotiate your salary.
There you go. Savannah, thanks. Appreciate it. Now to an amazing discovery just announced by a group of astronomers. A ring of light that almost looks like a halo was observed surrounding a galaxy near Earth. Now, it's called gravitational lensing. Scientists say it's crucial to understanding dark matter and how it shapes the galaxies throughout the universe. NBC's Erica Byfield from our New York affiliate explains.
In the summer of 2023, Euclid launched on a mission to map the universe, and now we're seeing what the telescope found. The European Space Agency-led and NASA-backed venture discovered something called an Einstein ring in a galaxy 590 million light-years from Earth.
Everybody's saying, wow, this is amazing, unbelievable. I don't believe nobody has ever seen that. It was hiding in plain sight.
Georgios Fernardos is an astrophysicist and Lehman College assistant professor. He's among the 2,000 scientists involved in the Euclid Consortium. For the last year and a half, the group analyzed the gravitational lensing images that Euclid produced. Researchers calling the finding unexpected because the galaxy NGC 6505 was first identified in the 1800s.
Suddenly discovering that it is a lens, it's big news, right? It's one of, let's say, one of the first 1,000 galaxies that we ever recorded.
An Einstein ring is light from a galaxy bending to form a ring that appears aligned with an object in the foreground. Named in honor of Albert Einstein, the preeminent scientist known for the theory of relativity. The rings offer researchers an indirect way to study dark matter. He's discussing this groundbreaking news with his students in the Bronx.
By having access to this kind of high-quality scientific data, I can expose my students here at Lehman to this and the science that can result from it.
It's cool to, be so close to a professor that has discovered something like this.
With Euclid slated to hover for 4 more years, the professor is convinced the sky is the limit.
Euclid was better in doing this, and that's how we discovered it.
Our thanks to Erica Byfield for that story. Coming up, a Philadelphia Eagles fan thought they got lucky when they found a team jacket after the Super Bowl parade. Turns out there was another secret inside. We'll explain when we come back. Welcome back. The Screen Actors Guild Awards, the SAG Awards, took place in Los Angeles last night. Of course, we're just a week out from the Academy Awards with no real consensus on who might win some of the big categories. So this year's SAG Awards were watched especially closely. Demi Moore snagged the award for lead actress for her role in The Substance. Timothée Chalamet, building momentum, took home for the lead acting trophy for his role as Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown. Now, there's no SAG Award for Best Picture, but the outstanding performance by a cast went to Conclave. In the TV categories, the FX drama Shogun added to its long list of honors, taking home 3 awards. I think the Best Picture category is wide open right now as we head into the Oscars, and Conclave could be the one building momentum. We'll
Absolutely, especially right now. It's an interesting time
Exactly.
for that to be happening. Quite topical, yeah. All right, we are going to end this hour with a rare find. One lucky Philly fan got her hands on an Eagles jacket after the team's victory parade. But the real kicker is the secret inside. NBC News Now anchor Hallie Jackson has this story.
Hey there, you know I love this story about a Philadelphia Eagles jacket found abandoned in a story we first saw on our Philly station, our friends over at NBC 10. But it was the secret message inside the jacket that has one Eagles fan cheering the loudest.
For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia.
It was the Super Bowl win that had Philly on its feet.
And to our amazing fans, your Eagles are world champions again. All right, look at these kids.
It's a lot of excitement, a lot of phones in the air.
And the parade that followed?
This is the time of their life.
A point of pride for the city of brotherly love. A celebration for more than 1 million. But that day turned out to be extra special for Eagles fan Amy Ronabarger.
I wasn't living in Philly in 2018, but I kept hearing everyone always talk about the parade in 2018. And so when they won the Super Bowl this year, I had people tell me, they're like, don't miss it.
Amy went, and on her way out, something caught her eye.
As I was walking, I noticed there was like a jacket hanging on some kind of like electric box or a light post or something. I'm like, oh no, someone left a jacket.
She took a closer look. It was an old Eagles jacket, just her size, with a secret tucked inside. A mysterious note pinned to the quilted lining reading, "If found, do not return. This jacket belongs to you." I found this jacket on the night of the Super Bowl in 2018, and it only felt right to release back into the city when the Eagles won again. Enjoy the jacket. I hope you get the opportunity to release back into the world with another Super Bowl win soon. Go Birds.
I was like, this is so cool. This person, wants to pay it forward. So I decided, I'm like, I'm going to take this and hold on to it. I'm definitely going to pass it on like our next Super Bowl win because this is awesome.
Amy posted about it on Facebook, getting more than 16,000 likes. Some comments even calling this the Brotherhood of the Traveling Jacket.
The parade itself was a joy, and to be able to find this, it felt magical.
And while the identity of the jacket's previous owner remains a mystery, Amy has this promise for whoever left it there that day.
I would say thank you for starting something so amazing. Don't worry, I'm going to carry on that tradition.
So Amy plans to sew that original message into the coat and then sew in a note of her own for when she leaves it somewhere after the Eagles win the next Super Bowl. Go Birds. Back to you.
All right, Hallie Jackson, thanks so much. That's pretty neat.
Instead of paying it forward, they're flying it forward. That is going to do it for this hour of Morning News Now.
Stick with us, though. The news continues right now. Good morning. Thanks for joining us this Monday. I'm Savannah Sellers.
I'm Joe Fryer. Right now on Morning News Now, critical condition. We are watching the health of Pope Francis as he battles a serious case of double pneumonia. We've got the very latest on treatments from Rome as Catholics across the globe anxiously pray for his recovery. Also this morning, a new chapter in Germany's history is unfolding. The conservative CDU party getting the biggest share of the vote in the country's election, but it was the stunning surge of an Elon Musk-backed far-right group that is sending shockwaves across the nation and the world. We'll break down what it all means. Plus, more scary scenes in the skies. An American Airlines flight traveling from New York to India forced to touch down in Italy. Source familiar with the situation says it was all because of a bomb threat made via email. More on that latest aviation nightmare in just a moment. And facing the music, it was a viral disaster for big spending music lovers that made headlines back in 2017. Now, Fyre Festival is back for round 2. To bring you Savannah's exclusive interview with its controversial founder as tickets hit the market today. We'll see if people get tickets.
Yeah, they say they expect to sell out. They're only selling 2,000, but we'll get you a bunch of the details.
I feel like I could sell out something for 2,000, so we'll see what happens. All right. Let's begin this morning with new concerns surrounding the health of Pope Francis. Vatican officials say the 88-year-old Catholic leader is now experiencing kidney issues. That's on top of his respiratory infections.
Pope Francis is still in critical condition after 10 nights in the hospital, but the Vatican says he does remain alert. It comes after he experienced a respiratory crisis on Saturday that left him on oxygen support. NBC's Ann Thompson is at the Vatican with the latest.
Vatican sources say the Pope is awake and in good spirits. He continues to receive treatment as the 88-year-old now deals with mild kidney failure, along with double pneumonia that put him in critical condition over the weekend. Around the world this morning, prayers for Pope Francis. Outside the hospital in Rome, the hopes of many expressed in candles, balloons, and messages. At New York St. Patrick's Cathedral, Cardinal Timothy Dolan saying out loud what few have been willing to say.
As our Holy Father, Pope Francis, is in very, very fragile health and probably close to death.
Dolan did not say where he got his information, but later told reporters he hoped Francis would recover. In Asia's East Timor, where the Pope visited last September, the faithful pray at a cardboard cutout of the pontiff, his face on the obelisk of his hometown Buenos Aires, where he was the cardinal. Francis, who never let age or health issues slow him down, is now well into his second week at Gemelli Hospital. With chronic lung disease dating back to when he lost part of a lung as a young man, the Pope's situation is described as complex by the Vatican. He had a prolonged respiratory crisis Saturday, which required supplemental oxygen, then blood transfusions because of a low platelet count associated with anemia. Now, along with double pneumonia, he is dealing with initial mild kidney failure. At St. Peter's Square, the Pope's health is top of mind for cousins Amy Etten and Kathy Gregory.
Well, we've been praying for his health. We do hope he recovers, and every time we walk into a church, that's what we're praying for.
I love this Pope. I feel like he's really moved the church forward.
Michigan's Joe Matrice prayed for the Pope at Mass.
He's a very good man. He has a good heart.
The work of the Vatican goes on. New deacons were ordained here on Sunday, but the Pope's health is of top of mind. And so tonight, they will begin a nightly rosary here in St. Peter's Square, led by the Cardinals of Rome, for the Pope's recovery.
Okay, Ann, thank you.
NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar joins us now for more on the Pope's condition. So as we know, we have the double pneumonia, we have the kidney failure, plus the blood transfusion. What's the most concerning thing about his health?
You know, I kind of feel like the clinical picture might be greater than the sum of its parts. And I say that because if you take each thing in isolation, certainly I would say that the respiratory distress, the respiratory crisis that he had over the weekend that required what's called high flow oxygen. So that's different than just oxygen with a nasal cannula. This is actually oxygen that's delivered with some pressure, and that's to reduce the work of breathing. So that kind of suggests that the pneumonia was really taking a toll on his lungs. But the other things, you know, like he required a transfusion, his kidneys, you know, declined in function a little bit. We do see that in critically ill patience, and those things can certainly turn around. But I think the big picture here, again, is sort of this person who is 88 years old, has already a history of underlying lung disease, partial lung resection when he was in his early 20s. So it's not exactly the greatest scenario to have a significant pneumonia or infection of the lung. And at this age, in the ICU, these things are really touch and go. You know, from one day to the next, things can either look really rosy or really go downhill.
In that vein, you know, we hear little details like he was able to sit up, or he ate breakfast, like things that might not sound like that big of a deal, but they actually are a big deal in a case like this. What are those things we're looking to hear?
Yeah, exactly. And that is exactly true. You know, people who are really sick and sadly headed to requiring a tube for breathing, let's say, they don't feel good. You know, they don't want to be sitting up. They're not carrying on conversations. They're not eating generally. So sort of the reporting that we're getting objectively of the things that are happening, and then sort of seeing him able to sit up and eat and communicate is all very encouraging. So again, sort of not being privy to all of the details and not being part of his medical team, I would say he's kind of teetering right now. He's holding on for sure, but we really want to see him turn around now. He's been on these antibiotics for close to a week for this pneumonia. We really want to see that take effect and have him come off oxygen and all of those things.
He's bounced back so many times. He can certainly bounce back here, right?
He absolutely could. I think the next couple of days will be very important in terms of, you know, sort of big picture where we are.
All right. Dr. Azar, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Good to see you. Well, let's turn now to the Trump administration's latest efforts to slash the federal workforce. The deadline is looming for millions of employees to respond to an email demanding they account for their work. The president's senior advisor, Elon Musk, issued an ultimatum on social media saying failure to respond to the email will be taken as notice of resignation. NBC News senior White House correspondent Garrett Haake has the latest details on this one. Garrett, good morning.
Yeah, Savannah, nobody wants to get a weekend email from HR, but this short message to every government employee also landed at a time of great uncertainty and confusion for the federal workforce. The email was followed by a post on X from Elon Musk suggesting that ignoring it would be tantamount to resigning. So now, as different federal agencies are scrambling to respond in different ways, firings continue across the government, including at the Pentagon and USAID.
Top Trump advisor Elon Musk is facing new resistance from inside the administration today over an ultimatum to more than 2 million federal workers delivered in an email from the Office of Personnel Management on Saturday. The email, titled "What Did You Do Last Week?" asked workers to respond by midnight tonight with 5 bullet points detailing what they accomplished. The move sparked widespread confusion, with agency heads issuing conflicting guidance to workers. Some agencies, including the FBI, State Department, and Defense Department, told employees either to delay responding or not respond at all, while others, like the Department of Health and Human Services, asked workers to respond by tonight's deadline. Compounding the chaos, Musk, posting on X, said he was acting on the president's instructions, adding, quote, "Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation," though the OPM email did not include that threat. Democrats blasting the email.
It's just another example that Trump and Musk have no idea what they're doing.
Some Republicans say they're skeptical about the directive.
I don't know how that's necessarily feasible. Obviously, a lot of federal employees are under a union contract.
At town halls across the country, growing outrage over Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency.
When are you going to wrest control as the Congress back from the executive and stop hurting your constituents?
President Trump, speaking at a conservative gathering on Saturday, defended Musk.
People said, well, what official position does he have? I said, Patriot.
It comes as one of the agencies targeted by Musk's DOJ, USAID, announcing yesterday that nearly all of its employees worldwide will be placed on administrative leave. 1,600 of those workers here in the U.S. will be laid off as part of a reduction in force. Exceptions were made in part for those working on, quote, mission-critical functions. It follows another major shakeup across the government, this time at the Pentagon, with President Trump firing the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General C.Q. Brown, Jr., along with several top officers from the Navy and Air Force and top military lawyers.
The president deserves to pick his key national security and military advisory team.
And late Sunday, the president announced another key appointment, posting that Dan Bongino, a former Secret Service agent turned pro-Trump podcaster, is his pick to be deputy director of the FBI. Now, Bongino has never served in the FBI, and his selection comes over the objection of the FBI Agents Association, which had argued that the deputy director job should be filled by a career special agent, as is typically the case. The position does not require Senate confirmation. This move, plus Kash Patel's confirmation, now puts 2 Trump loyalists at the top of the FBI. Savannah?
All right, Garrett, thank you very much. Well, today marks 3 years since Russia invaded Ukraine, triggering a war that has killed tens of thousands of people.
This morning, several world leaders are in Kyiv. In a show of support for Ukraine, though, the U.S. is not among them. Ukraine's deputy prime minister says his country is close to finalizing a deal with Washington that would give the U.S. access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals in exchange for continued support.
Here to talk more about this is Ukrainian MP Kyra Rudik. Kyra, thank you so much for being with us again. It's good to have you. First off, your reaction to this news that Ukraine is close to agreeing to this minerals deal with the U.S. Do you think it's a fair deal for Ukraine?
Hello, Savannah, and thank you so much for having me. Well, if one thinks that the country that is bleeding out of the war should be paying for something that we have already received from the previous administration, then that would be a fair deal. However, we, of course, are all very much concerned. And as President said, that 10 generations of Ukrainians will have to pay back what is on that piece of paper. So our main question that is not answered by this moment is, what are the security guarantees that are coming together with this deal? From what we have heard, it was not mentioned within the paperwork that is being prepared right now. So it's like separate tracks. One track where Ukraine is giving the control of its rare minerals, and the second track is potential security guarantees, which we have already seen may not be working, because we have seen the Budapest Memorandum when in 1994, Ukraine has given up on our nuclear arsenal that was second largest after the collapse of the Soviet Union. We have given it also for these security guarantees that never worked for us. So how this time will be different? These are the questions that Ukrainians are asking, and we do not have a clear answer just of right now.
Do you trust the U.S. right now?
It's very hard to say this, given everything that we have heard. However, I hope that the recent back and forth is rather, an attempt to be a tough negotiator rather than really giving up on Ukraine. We have been fighting for the last 3 years at the time when nobody believed in us. We are here. We have proven the world that we can fight this war and we can win the war with the proper support and with the proper means to fight. We are willing to continue doing that, and we will move forward. And right now we are in much better situation than we were in 2022. So tell me, Joe, if we did not capitulate in 2022, do you think we will capitulate now? No, we won't.
Kyra, what will it take then for the war to end sooner rather than later?
We need the security guarantees, the guarantees that Russia would not attack us again. And that's a big open question to all the democratic world. How can you ensure that other than Ukraine becoming a member of NATO? All the other ways may be workable, but they are not at the table right now. And so for the war to end, it's not Ukraine have to stop fighting. We need to figure out a proper security solution against Russia. If we stop fighting, we will just lose and Russia occupies us. If Russia stops fighting, then there would be an end of the war. And I'm very concerned that right now the United States are trying to find a solution for the war inside Ukraine, whereas the keys to ending the war are clearly in Russia.
All right, Kyra, as always, we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
There was another worrying situation in the skies over the weekend. An American Airlines flight traveling from New York City's JFK airport to India actually had to turn around and land in Italy because of security concerns.
Yeah, for more on this, we're joined by NBC News correspondent Emily Aketa. Emily, good morning.
Guys, good morning to you. Fortunately, this morning, everyone is okay, and the threat was not credible, but certainly a serious scare for those passengers who were told in the air there was a security situation. It even forced an international response amid a time of high alert with the recent string of aviation incidents.
Another scare in the sky after a bomb threat caused this American Airlines flight traveling from New York City to New Delhi, India, to be diverted. Video capturing Italian fighter jets escorting the plane to its new destination in Rome once the aircraft entered Italy's airspace.
Things got real when there was jets flying near the aircraft.
Wisconsin resident Yash Raj was traveling to India for a family vacation.
The aircraft was just being told there's a security situation. I got worried that something might have happened in New Delhi, like some attack or something on the airport.
American Airlines Flight 292 took off from JFK Airport Saturday evening. It was just several hours out from New Delhi when it made an abrupt U-turn over the Caspian Sea, eventually touching down in Rome Sunday. The crew reported the security issue according to the FAA, which a source familiar with the situation says was a bomb threat made through an email. The aircraft was inspected in Rome, and the threat was found to be not credible. Americans saying in a statement that safety and security are our top priorities, and we apologize to our customers for the inconvenience.
The airlines do receive these threats from time to time. Typically, they really don't have any validity to them. So it's rare that it'll reach this level.
Sunday's diversion, the latest in a recent string of high-profile aviation incidents. Last month, an Army helicopter collided with an American Eagle regional jet over the Potomac River. 67 people were killed. And just a week ago, a Delta plane arriving in Toronto crash-landed and flipped upside down, leaving dozens injured. Remarkably, everyone on board survived.
And yesterday's diversion comes after police say a different American Airlines flight recently leaving Austin was delayed reportedly because a Wi-Fi hotspot name that included the word bomb was spotted. As for those passengers heading for India, they are scheduled on a number of different flights over the next couple of days, including one that has already taken off. But certainly a scary situation. Glad it didn't amount to anything.
And just tense times flying these
Yes.
days. All right, Emily, thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. Well, this morning, the Menendez brothers are facing another hurdle in their fight for freedom. The Los Angeles District Attorney is urging a judge to reject the brothers' bid for a new trial. And now some family members who support Eric and Lyle Menendez's campaign are voicing their frustration with the process. Here's NBC News senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett with the latest.
Hey there, the tension between supporters of the Menendez brothers and this new DA only ramping up now as a key court hearing approaches next month. At first, some family members said that they were concerned that they weren't being heard by the DA, but now appear worried that the brothers aren't being believed.
I was annoyed at the show.
This morning, family members of the Menendez brothers pushing back after a lengthy press conference from the top prosecutor overseeing Eric and Lyle's case.
That did not need to be a press conference at all. That could have just been paperwork that was filed with the court. The whole thing was unnecessary.
A response to District Attorney Nathan Hochman laying out in painstaking detail Friday why the evidence the Menendez brothers have offered, alleging sexual abuse by their father, doesn't mean they should receive a new trial for murdering their parents in 1989.
While it may have been a motivation for Eric and Lyle to do what they did, does not constitute self-defense. I also understand that when it came to any corroborating information about that sexual abuse, it was extremely lacking.
Hochman's skepticism about the Menendez brothers' story raising even more questions now about whether he will also refuse to support their separate push for a judge to resentence them next month, which wouldn't require a new trial, but rather make them eligible for parole immediately after spending more than 30 years in prison.
We'll be looking at the rehabilitation. Part of the reason I met with all the family members who wanted to meet with me is that that's a factor as well.
Hochman's office, in an unusual move, also releasing this new video with their overview of the events. Notable given the role recent streaming series and documentaries have played in putting the case back in the spotlight. Something the Menendez brothers acknowledged when they spoke out last week, calling into TMZ's Two Angry Men podcast with Harvey Levin and their attorney, Mark Garagos.
It really did actually move a lot of people to understand the childhood trauma. In that way, I think we are grateful.
Okay, as for what comes next here, we still wait to see Hochman's position on the resentencing ahead of that hearing I mentioned next month. But there's also this issue of potential clemency from Governor Newsom, something he could do any time. His office saying in a statement, though, he will defer to the DA's review and analysis of the Menendez case prior to making any decisions on clemency. Back to you.
All right, Laura, thank you so much.
Let's check in with meteorologist Michelle Grossman.
She has got your morning news now. Outlook for the week ahead. Hi, Michelle. Good morning.
Hi there, guys. Great to see you. And we are staying active in the Northwest. We have an atmospheric river that's bringing some rain, some mountain snow, and even some really gusty conditions in terms of the winds. Winds gusting up to 40, 50, 60 miles per hour. That's going to extend into the northern Rockies as well. So we're going to watch that today into tomorrow. The rain is falling. You can see that on radar. We're looking at some heavy rain, too. That's where you're seeing those brighter returns. The blue is where the snow is falling. So that will be the case today through tomorrow. We're concerned about flooding, and we're also concerned about flash flooding because we could see hourly rainfall rates of up to 1 inch. So where you see that blue, that's the likelier amount of where we could see some flash flooding just south of Forks and right near north of Mount Hood. So we're going to keep that northwest active through tomorrow. Then we start to dry it out, which is good news. But the snow and wind continue in the northern Rockies where you see the blue there. And again, we could see really gusty winds. We're talking a lot of rain in some spots, anywhere from 2 to 5 inches, but some spots could see up to 8 inches of rain. And that's a lot in those places where I've seen a lot of rain. We're also looking at rain in Florida today. We had a system that was kind of drenching the Gulf Coast this weekend that is moving into Florida today. So we will see heavy rain. That's going to lead to localized flash flooding, especially in those poor drainage areas. That is today. It will linger into the early part of tomorrow. So your Tuesday commute, probably not so great, but then it's out of here. That low is going to pull away, and then we're going to continue to dry out in Florida tomorrow. But we're looking at that rain falling this morning. So a slow commute for many. Grab the umbrella as you head out. We're looking anywhere from northern Florida through central Florida, southern Florida, probably seeing the most rain as we go throughout this Monday, indicating by this these colors here. You look at the banner at the top, the legend at the top. Southern Florida could see an isolated 3 to 4 inches of rain. Luckily, we have some sandy soil there, so that's a little bit better. We're going to see pockets of flooding, but not overall flooding there. Spring preview. This cannot come fast enough. We're going to shed those winter layers because we are looking at warmer temperatures finally, really throughout most of the country. Temperatures into the 80s in Phoenix, near 80 degrees in Bakersfield, California. We're looking at 12 degrees above what is typical for this time of year. So many temperatures above normal, even 10, 20, 30 degrees above normal. And we're going to break some records as well. That warmth extends into portions of the Midwest, into the Ohio Valley also. Minneapolis today, 54 degrees, 22 degrees above what we're expected for the end of February. That spring preview continues into tomorrow and really throughout much of this work week. 75 in Dodge City tomorrow, 23 degrees above normal. And then even in the East Coast, looking good. Finally, New York City, 54 degrees. That puts us about 10 degrees above typical for this time of year. Savannah, 75. And Jackson, 69 degrees. And the mild air does continue as we head towards Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in some spots. New York City near 60 degrees on Thursday, near 70 in Norfolk on Thursday. And we're looking at temperatures in the 70s Wednesday and Thursday into Charlotte. So as we go throughout this work week, the big weather headline will be those mild temperatures. Today, record warm throughout the Southwest, staying active in the Northwest, as I showed you, and looking at that heavy rain. So certainly bring the umbrellas if you're in Florida today. Back to you guys.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much.
A little bit of good news
Sure.
in there. All right,
We'll
much
take
more to come on this Monday edition of Morning News Now. A little later, I'll bring you my exclusive conversation with Fyre Festival founder Billy McFarland on round 2 of the controversial event. Tickets go on sale today, but will the organizers get it right this time?
First, after the break, the rise of far-right politics on display in Germany. And we return to critical election that has some fearful history might soon repeat itself there. That's next. Stay with us.
Welcome back. In Germany, the far-right party made historic gains in Sunday's election.
Alternative for Germany, known as AfD, took second place behind the country's center-right conservatives, and that is sending shockwaves across Europe.
NBC News international correspondent Raf Sanchez joins us from Berlin with more on these results. Raf, good morning. What more can you tell us about the man now set to be Germany's next leader?
Savannah, Joe, good morning. So the next chancellor of Germany is a moderate conservative. He's the leader of the center-right Christian Democrats. His name is Friedrich Merz, and in many ways he is a pretty traditional European conservative politician. But absolutely top of mind for him is the crisis in the relationship between the United States and its European allies as President Trump moves to reestablish ties with Russia, sidelining Ukraine, sidelining the NATO allies. Just a couple of hours after Merz's election victory last night, he said that it is very clear to him, as the leader of Europe's largest economy, that the Trump administration does not care about Europe. He said he does not know whether NATO will continue in its current form. He talked about the fact that Elon Musk and J.D. Vance had both fairly openly supported the far right in the German election. And he said the election interference from Washington was just as shameful as the election interference from Moscow. So very, very stark words from the leader of a key NATO ally. Guys.
Raph, so let's talk about that far-right party getting about 20% of the vote. Where exactly does that leave them? I mean, just what does this mean for Germany?
So, Joe, this is their best result by far since the Second World War. They were ecstatic last night, hailing it as a historic moment for their party. As you said, though, 20% of the vote. They are not going to get a place in government. Merz, the man who is going to be chancellor, has been very clear that he will not offer a position in his coalition to the far right. That's that principle known as the firewall. J.D. Vance, in a speech that really stunned Germany a week ago at the Munich Security Conference, said that the mainstream parties needed to abandon that firewall and allow the far right into government. But for now, it appears to be holding. So the far right are going to be the largest opposition party. And what analysts here believe is likely to happen is that the center-right, center-left are going to go into coalition together. They'll form a government that's likely to provide Germany with pretty stable leadership. But what these same analysts are saying is that may be spelling trouble for the next election 4 years down the line, because you potentially have a situation where if voters are unhappy with a party led by the two government led by the two mainstream parties, that they may take their frustration and end up voting for the extremes. Guys.
All right, Raph Sanchez, thank you very much.
Let's get some more international headlines. A massive roof collapse at a mall in Peru killed at least 6 people and injured dozens.
NBC News' reporter Matt Bodner joins us now with more on that. Matt, good morning.
Savannah, Joe, good morning. This roof collapse took place Friday night in the La Libertad region of Peru. As things stand, 6 people have been declared dead and at least 78 others are injured. Dozens of people were in the shopping mall when the incident took place, and search efforts to find survivors continue. However, the local fire chief says that rescue dogs deployed on site have not found any signs of life below the rubble. 30 of the 78 injured have already been discharged. 48 remain in hospital, and 3 of them remain in critical condition at this time. Moving along now to New Zealand, where Commerce Minister Andrew Bailey has resigned after he, quote, placed a hand on a member of his staff, a move that was described as overbearing. Bailey said that today that he is deeply sorry about the incident, though he did describe the interaction not as an argument, but an animated discussion. Bailey is no stranger to controversy. In October, he came under fire for calling a worker at a winery a, quote, loser, complete with making an L-shaped gesture on his forehead. And we'll wrap up this hour with the high-stakes rescue of a goat from the ledge of an apartment building in Madrid. It's not immediately clear how the goat got itself into this situation. This is, after all, extremely cat-like behavior. Firefighters eventually lured the goat off of the ledge with carrots and lettuce, then back into the apartment from where it apparently came. The goat was taken into custody by emergency veterinary services then. And really, the more video I see of this goat, the more I'm convinced it thinks it's a cat. Back to you guys.
I think so. It also likes lasagna and hates Mondays. That's probably part of it, too.
Absolutely.
So, all right.
This whole thing was weird. Matt, thank you so much.
All right. Coming up, voices for hope in the wake of those wildfires that ravaged Southern California last month.
After the break, we'll be talking with the Broadway star looking to raise money for those who lost it all. Stay with us. We're back with a closer look at the future of healthcare. Across the country, hospitals are using robots to do everything from mixing medications to delivering them to patients. NBC News correspondent Ann Thompson has this story.
Meet Cairo, the newest worker at MedStar Georgetown University Hospital's oncology pharmacy. His colleagues say he's quiet, punctual, and pulls his weight, preparing roughly 40 of the hospital's 100 chemotherapy orders a day. Pharmacist Mame Adaka is a co-worker.
He works really well alongside our team, but he's also a very important part of our team.
Is he competition?
No, we don't compete here.
Mixing chemo drugs can be dangerous. The toxic formulas designed to kill cancer cells pose a risk to the pharmacists who handle them, requiring protective gear in the event of a spill.
And you can see in front of the robot, there's a screen right now.
Senior Pharmacy Director Long Trin says Cairo reduces that risk and increases productivity.
It takes now 10 minutes on average for chemotherapy to be prepared by a robot, where it took maybe 20 minutes to be prepared by an employee.
Cairo's specialty, some of the most commonly used chemo drugs that treat 14 cancers, including breast and lung. Barcodes and cameras track Cairo's moves, ensuring the mixtures are correct. And then the chemo is handed off.
What is this? Well, this is Luke, our delivery robot. After the chemotherapy medication is compounded, the medication can then be placed in the delivery robot to be delivered to the infusion suite for our nurse.
Luke is pre-programmed to follow a specific route between the pharmacy and patients, equipped with sensors to make sure he doesn't bump into anything. More and more hospitals are using robots. Sir Mix-a-Lot does chemo prep at the Mayo Clinic. You could run into Robot Tussin, Zippy, and Charlotte at Dartmouth's Hitchcock Medical Center. And big pharmacies like Walgreens have robots manning micro-fulfillment centers to combat human pharmacist burnout.
They don't have to count and put pills in bottles, and actually putting them more on a patient-facing and a consumer-facing health journey.
At Georgetown,
it then routes to the robots.
Trin insists Cairo won't replace people, but make pharmacists' jobs easier.
We can reimagine where the pharmacist's work could be located at, perhaps now located right at the patient bedside, working with the nurses, the physician to provide direct patient care.
Machines and man working together for better care. Ann Thompson, NBC News, Washington.
This morning, we're taking a closer look at one Broadway star's efforts to help the victims of last month's deadly California wildfires. Altadena, which is just north of Los Angeles, was one of the hardest hit communities. It is where Tony-nominated actor and singer Dorian Harewood shares a home with his wife.
Harewood recently starred in the Broadway musical version of The Notebook, and now he's hosting a one-night-only benefit concert tomorrow night right here in New York City. All of the proceeds will go to the organization he's partnering with, called the Community Organized Relief Effort.
And we are excited to have Dorian in studio with us this morning. And if you've ever listened to an NBC promotion, which I'm sure you have, or an announcement, you might recognize his voice, that beautiful, deep voice. It's good to have you with us here.
Great to be with you. Thank you.
Talk about the fires and your family and how you were impacted, not just you, but beyond you and your wife.
Yes, it's totally life-changing. I'm sure we all know about natural disasters and problems and things that go on worldwide and locally, but never really touch us personally. Right. This one hit us personally. My daughter's house was burned to the ground in Altadena, and my son's mother-in-law's house was also burned to the ground. So it's just, I can't really explain the change that has happened. I'm very happy that at the end of our run with The Notebook here, I was able to get home before this tragedy happened. We didn't know it was going to happen, obviously.
Right.
But I was happy to be back. I had been away from my family for a year doing this wonderful musical, The Notebook. But I was so glad to get back to my daughter, my son, and their family, and my wife. And then we get there, and January 7th happened, and it's just, it's hard to explain. But fortunately, thank everyone, everybody, or the creator, whatever you want to call it, no one was hurt. So, but their house is gone. Both of their houses are gone.
Such an impact to an entire community.
Yeah, it's like it literally is like a war zone.
Right. You, though, you're doing something about it. You're hosting this fundraiser. It's called Songs from the Brill Building. That's a reference to one of the most famous music buildings right here in New York City from back in the 1960s. What can we expect from tomorrow night's performances?
Well, we can expect a lot of fun and terrific songs. The Brill Building, a lot of people don't know about, was it's at 1619 Broadway. And
it's a couple blocks from here.
Yeah, yeah. And in 1932, two brothers, Samuel and Maurice Brill, took over the building from, it was called at the time it was Allen E. Lefcourt Building, there at 1619 Broadway, and they renamed it the Brill Building. And then by 1940, that Brill Building was occupied by hundreds of music businesses, publishers and promoters. It was like a one-stop shop where producers and writers and arrangers and distributors all worked within the same building. And some of the greatest writers that have ever been known, Carole King, Jerry Goffin, Burt Bacharach, Hal David, Neil Diamond, Neil Sedaka, all of the older 60s terrific writers and producers started there. Carole King was 17 years old.
Wow.
And Neil Sedaka, all of them. So it's got a lot of history. It literally was the epicenter of music, of popular music. And in fact, there's a comparison. The Ryman Building, the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, is considered the mother church of country music. Well, the Brill Building should be considered, or would be considered, like the synagogue for all the great standards of pop music.
So when you're thinking of all this history and singing these songs during this benefit, what's going to be going through your mind? Well,
first of all, I'm very grateful for the people coming and supporting this. When the tragedy happened, the first thing, we'd already set this date, and I was looking forward to doing all kinds of stuff, and then that happened. So I just said, hey, whatever we make on this show, every penny will go towards the assisting the people there, and with CORE, that terrific group, community organized relief effort. So, but what people will be hopefully experiencing is the wondrous music that came out of that building. I mean, just wonderful songs. Natural Woman, the big hit by Aretha Franklin, all the Drifters songs, Stand By Me on Broadway. The Neil Sedaka, his signature song is Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. And he did two versions. He did a ballad version and an up-tempo version. The up-tempo was a big success. So there are hundreds and hundreds of just wonderful songs. And that's what we're going to enjoy. And that's what I'm going to have fun doing. And now it's for help for the people.
Personal cause.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, tell us, for people listening, how can they donate?
Well, the CORE, the organization, community organized relief effort, is one way. And the night of the show, there'll be QR codes at all of the tables where they could donate whatever they would like. But the best way, I think, would be to contact CORE. There are other organizations that are there to assist. I mean, FEMA, every organization has come out. In fact, I'm doing a project for Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS, in a couple weeks back here. It's called the Broadway Backwards show. And they have already donated like over $500,000 to help. So that's great. It's easy enough to find. I don't have all the specifics.
No, we pull the website up on the screen.
Especially, that's good.
Yes.
Dorian Harewood, thank you so much. We appreciate you and everything you're doing. And while we're here, we just want to use your voice to record some promotion. Good luck with everything.
And there was that URL again, CORE response. Thank you so much. Great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, coming up, could the second time be the charm?
Yeah, after the break, my exclusive conversation with Fyre Festival founder Billy McFarland on round 2, the controversial festival. Why this time they say things will be different. That's next. Stick around. Welcome back. Well, in 2017, music lovers who bought tickets to the Fyre Festival were promised a luxurious island party. But as everyone who's seen the documentaries knows, they were faced with a nightmare. Well, now festival founder Billy McFarland has given it a second shot with tickets for Fyre Festival II going on sale this morning. I sat down with McFarland for an exclusive interview where he insisted this time things will be different.
Fyre 2 is real. My dream is finally becoming a reality.
8 years after the infamous Fyre Festival spectacularly flamed out,
no one can get in the room,
leaving attendees who'd been expecting a glamorous music festival, sleeping in emergency relief tents and eating cheese sandwiches.
Okay, how long until water comes?
The failed festival even gaining global attention with streaming documentaries showcasing the debacle.
The biggest event in a decade, I promise you.
Its founder, Billy McFarland, who spent 4 years behind bars for fraud, says it's back and will actually happen safely this time. McFarland sat down exclusively with NBC News, revealing the festival's exact location, Isla Mujeres, Mexico, and new dates, May 30th to June 2nd, pushed back by a month.
We just needed the extra month to give our partners time to get everything ready.
Using partners is new this time around. McFarland is no longer handling the details. A major festival operator is on board, along with hotel and travel partners and ticketing companies.
Why do you think those partners agreed to partner with you, given what happened the first time?
Fyre 2 really isn't about the past, and it's not really about me. It's about taking the vision, which is strong.
Tickets go on sale this morning, just $2,000 in total, ranging in price from $1,400 to $1.1 million. An experience McFarland says includes yacht accommodations and access to artists performing, though no artists have been announced yet.
So we're going to have artists across electronic, hip-hop, pop, and rock. However, it's not just music. We might have a professional skateboarder do a demonstration. We might have an MMA champion teach you techniques in the morning. And
you say we might have. Are any of these for sure haves? Are they booked?
So I think what makes Fyre so cool is that we are selling the experience of Fyre. I want to be one of the first festivals that can sell out with no artists.
But you do have them booked.
We're announcing the artists over the next few months. So I'm not in charge of booking the talent.
Will these be A-list names that are involved?
I really hope so, and I expect so from our conversations.
But whether McFarland will see any of this firsthand, an open question, because part of his penalty restricts his travel.
Can you go to Mexico?
So I don't know. I have to be okay with mentally maybe watching a live stream from my computer and crying a little bit. I have to ask for international travel.
McFarland says he knows the experience might not be for everyone.
It's 2,000 people taking the risk, seeking the adventure, and wanting to be there for the moment.
Taking the risk. Is it a risk to buy a ticket to Fyre Festival II?
I think it's always a risk. You're taking a risk because I made a lot of bad decisions and messed up the first festival. Until it's experienced, there is a risk component to it.
Well, a minimum of $500,000 from this Fyre Festival will go toward the $26 million in restitution that McFarland still owes. And then beyond that, he and all of his partners in this festival have committed to 10% of the total profits going toward it as well. By the way, based on interest they've seen on their site, they say they expect to sell out within a day or so. Of course, a lot of people are wondering if McFarland can pull this off, given what a chaotic disaster the festival was the first time around. We did confirm, though, with each partner that they are, in fact, working with Fyre to try to make it a reality. So certainly a talker. We'll see.
The musical acts sign on.
Exactly.
That
yes.
would be
they
one thing
say
for
they have some of those like MMA type like other experiences, but yes, none of that announced quite yet or locked in.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
This morning, we are keeping a close eye on Wall Street after we saw back-to-back days of drops in the market, pulling back from some all-time highs.
Yeah, the Dow marked its worst decline of the year that day, and even though markets remain high overall, we are seeing new signs of worry among consumers and businesses about the economy.
NBC News senior business correspondent Christine Romans is here. What it means for your money. All right, so looking to get back on track today. What should we be watching for today?
Well, I think you'll see a bounce back today. It was 2 big down days in the markets, but you had the great context there. I mean, the S&P hit a record high on Wednesday, and then it fell Thursday and Friday. So an important point that the stock market is up like 24% over the past year. There's a change happening here where all of a sudden, after 2 good years of economic growth, 2 good years of stock market returns, consumers are saying they're feeling a little more pessimistic. Inflation's still a problem. University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey really tumbled. And one of the things that consumers were telling researchers was they're concerned about inflation and new tariffs adding to inflation. So a little bit of pessimism starting to creep in here.
Yeah, and the thing is like a lot of these indicators we have, right, say the economy is pretty strong, but then there's just like this bad vibe.
Yeah, so there's a shift in vibes going on here. There's a couple of things happening. I think after a couple of years of strong stock market gains, stock markets don't like uncertainty, and there's a lot of uncertainty. You've got newspapers across the country with headlines of layoffs of federal workers. 70% of federal workers work outside of Washington, D.C., so that is something that could be affecting the mood a little bit. Also, 30% of those federal workers happen to be veterans, by the way. So you've got sort of real-world effects of what's happening in new Washington policy. This is the last week of the pause of the tariffs on Mexico and Canada. President Trump had promised tariffs and said he would pause them. So we will see maybe next week we'll have some resolution of that. But more tariffs, of course, can add to higher costs. And we knew from the Fed, from minutes from its most recent meeting that we saw last week, that essentially the Fed is on hold here. So interest rates are going to stay kind of where they are for now.
Which brings me to my next point. The housing market supply remains low. The Fed not going to drop interest rates anytime soon. So where do things stand with that?
You know, a lot of us a couple of years ago just couldn't have imagined that you'd have such a frozen housing market still, and mortgage rates near 7%. So look, the housing market really tight here. The 4.9% was the drop in existing home sales in January. That's a big... January is always a very quiet year for home sales for obvious reasons. Things pick up in the spring. But gosh, it's just been really tough there. Home prices are at record highs. Mortgage rates are still high. Consumers are feeling strained and stretched by all kinds of costs, including daycare, college costs, insurance costs, housing costs. So there's just a lot happening right now, I think, to sour the mood of consumers a little bit.
All right. Christine, thank you so much.
Nice
Appreciate it. Let's get to some more financial headlines. Apple committing billions of dollars to American manufacturing and innovation.
CNBC's Silvana now joins us with that and other news. Hey, Silvana.
Hey, Savannah. Hey, Joe. Good morning to you. Yeah, Apple plans to spend $500 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years. And this move coming just days after CEO Tim Cook met with President Trump at the White House. Apple will also hire about 20,000 people and build a new factory in Houston to support its Apple Intelligence AI system and open a manufacturing academy in Detroit. Now, most of the new hires will be focused on research and development, silicon engineering, software development, and AI machine learning. Apple is largely dependent on Asia, especially China, for its supply chain, but has been using more companies that manufacture in the U.S. since the pandemic. Microsoft may be starting to have some doubts about demand for AI. An analyst note from TD Cowen says the company is canceling leases with at least 2 data center operators in the U.S. because it may have excess capacity. Cowen believes the shift could be tied to OpenAI, that's the maker of ChatGPT. Microsoft is OpenAI's biggest financial backer. Last week, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said there has to be signals AI demand will meet supply. And Applebee's and IHOP have teamed up to open their first co-branded restaurant right here in the U.S. Dine Brands, that's the parent company of both chains, opened the location in Texas last week, serving menu items from both the fan favorites. Now, Applebee's and IHOP already have co-branded restaurants in Canada, Mexico, and a few other countries. Now, Dine Brands says more than a dozen new locations are planned right here in the United States.
Does that mean like a burger on a pancake or
something like that? They also have I saw that they have like a buffalo chicken omelet. I thought that sounded delicious.
Okay, I can go for that. All right. Thanks, Savannah. Appreciate it. Coming up, a not so small dose of cuteness for your Monday morning. After the break, the baby elephant making her adorable debut at the Oregon Zoo. We're going to introduce you next. Finally this hour, meet Tula 2, the Oregon Zoo's newest star, and she is ready for her close-up. She is the first new elephant at the zoo in more than a decade. Reporter Stephanie Domerat from our Portland affiliate KGW has more on little Tula's adorable public debut.
It's the moment many have been waiting for.
So cute.
So cute. So cute.
We are super excited. I drove up from Grants Pass in Southern Oregon to come up today.
3-week-old Asian elephant Tula 2 met her adoring fans for the first time.
We were so lucky to see her sleeping and also getting up and walking around. Very cute.
We're here to see the baby elephant. So cute.
Yeah.
So adorable.
I can't believe that,
baby elephants can be like that small, but then grow to be like 5 times bigger.
Thousands of people made their way to the Oregon Zoo to get their first look at Tula, born to Mama Rose 2 on February 1st, including these third graders on a field trip.
So what do you guys think of the baby elephant?
She's really cute. Yeah. Tula 2 really is really cute. Cuter than a baby. Tula 2 is so small. I'm trying to get all of the details to tell my mom.
Others took the chance to share the special moment with their own little ones.
It's so cool because it's kind of fun for us to come together since we're, a mom and son, and we get to see the little baby elephants and explain to him what they all mean, and it's easier than with little stuffies.
Elephant curator Steve Lefebvre tells us, like most babies, Tula's really keeping Mom on her toes.
She's very active, a little bit ahead of the curve, I would say, with the way she uses her trunk, so you'll sometimes see her pick up some dirt and put it in her mouth. Not a lot, so it's not a big concern. And then she's just bossing Mom. She'll walk away from Mom, do some vocalizations sometimes, and Mom will have to follow along, so it's pretty funny.
Tula has already become one of the herd with her aunts Shine and Chandra, and though she's small in size, she's mighty in personality.
Strong will, lots of fun, and she's already gaining her feet, so running around a lot more. It's just crazy.
Asian elephants like Tula and her herd are highly endangered and are threatened by habitat loss and conflict with humans and diseases. So her birth is something to celebrate.
Oh, I'm just excited to have everybody come and share Tula with the community. We're really excited we could do it so soon. And I hope everybody enjoys and it just has a good time.
And some visitors enjoying it so much, they now have a new favorite animal.
Officially elephants. Oh.
Officially, all right. All right, thanks to Stephanie Domerat for that story. The Oregon Zoo says Tula 2's name means balance in Sanskrit. They picked the name because it describes the harmony that comes with her arrival. That's going to do it for this hour of Morning News Now. Don't go anywhere. The news continues right now.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.